Respected sadhakas, welcome. Receive my salutations, receive my gratitudes, receive my congrats, and also receive my prayers and wishes that these studies and the life becomes fulfilled in discovering what is to be discovered and for which we are given this opportunity of human life. For that, remember all the 12 Vyaktitvas of ours: Loka Sevaka, Dharmastapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerana-yukta, Shanti-yukta. And who are the six who bless us? Shruti Mata in the form of Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa. If we listen, study, contemplate regularly. Who else helps us, guides us? The Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, Swaguru, the Acharya. When we go into their confidence, get guidance from them and follow scrupulously. Who else, whose else protection, blessings, empowerment we need is of all the Devata Gana, whose presence we have to recognize, worship them, pray to them to keep our abilities intact. Who else? The Mother Adi Parashakti to bless us with Sattva. Then the Ishvara, the Lord Himself. Let us do Sharanagati to Him, ask Him to remove the curtains of Maya and Moha. Finally, it is Parabrahma Tattva with whom we have to identify through the regular Anusandhanam. So, if all these are remembered and we try to be strong in these, surely our Adhyatmika sadhana is happening. For that only we are here to study the great Shastras. Shvetashvatara Upanishad in the morning, Patanjala Yoga Darshanam after that, then Mandukya with Karika and Bhashya, Gita. Now this Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam, followed by this is Shivananda Lahari, then the chantings of Narayaniyam and also the Tripura Rahasya. So today's class on Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, first Vairagya Prakaranam, 27th Sarga. Second day we are seeing the topic is Nishreyasa Virodhi. Big name it is there. Nishreyasa Virodhibhava Anithyatha Pratipadanam. Nishreyasa Virodhibhava Anithyatha. So whatever is Virodhi to the Nishreyasa, called as the outer world and inner faculties and their whims and fancies, they are all Anitya. Therefore, anything Anitya is Asatya too. When it is Anitya Asatya, not worthy of pursuing. When not worthy of pursuing, just drop it and go for that Nitya Vastu. When we gain that, the Nishreyasa moksha comes to us. A very powerful, beautiful sarga. After this, six more, then the Vairagya Prakarana concludes. We go to the Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakarana number 2. Let us see what Bhagavan Rama's guidance for us today. Spend 3-4 minutes in our initial chantings, like every day. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya, Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Vamsharushibhyo Mahadbhyo, Namo Gurubhyah, Om Yairime Gurave Purvam, Padavakya Pramanatah, Vyakhyatāh Sarva Satshāstrāh, Tān Nityam Pranatosmyaham, Om Abadam Pahartaram, दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं। वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयाति पराङ्गतिं। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिधीर्षुर्जनमनव्रतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने। यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्री मित्रा वाल्मीकि आदि ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव गुरु शिष्य ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शन अनुग्रह प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपराणां भक्ति ज्ञान वेदांत योगादि मोक्ष मार्गाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयविलासिनां भक्तशिष्य साधक सेवक उपासकानां आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापना कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां आश्रमाणां विश्वविद्यालयानां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु नित्य निरंतर साधना सेवा शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञादीनां द्वारा समस्त विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रचारेण विश्व संरक्षण अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्यापि बाह्याभ्यन्तरे ये शत्रवः तेषां सर्वेषां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि विरचित योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम प्रथम वैराग्य प्रकरण मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बने वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। अथ सप्तविंशः सर्गः। श्रीराम उवाच। Friends, we started yesterday the 27th Sarga. One by one mantra we are seeing. Again Sri Rama in his broad vision, understanding the whole world, worldly life, of even devatas and all of us human beings and their limitations. Therefore, don't seek eternal bliss or eternality in the ephemeral. Through this Vairagya, slowly get out of this outer worldliness, get the worldliness out of our system and allow only the pure Adhyatmika Jivana, so that this human life is made fulfilled or fruitful through that pursuit and achievement. We have seen three mantras yesterday. What a powerful they were. And here we see what is it in the third mantra. Jara tushara vihatam sharira sarojinim duratare vimochya kshanad gate jivita chancharike janasya samsara saraha avashushkam. For the human beings, this is samsara sarovara is sushka. When jara tushara avyatam sharira sarojinim, the body named lotus, when it is avita, hit and destroyed by the jara tushara, the old age named snowfall. You know, when the snow falls, even those ole, what do you call them, hailstorms, the tusharas, the lotuses, won't blossom, but they get dried and burnt only. Before the shloka, Balyavastha, Yuvavastha, Madhyama, Vruddhavastha, how they are wasted, that was said. In continuation of that, this is said when the old age named hailstorm, snowfall happens, then Sharira named lotus, Kochodkar, leaving that lotus, in a moment's time goes away. Who was the one? That Chancharika, the Bhavara, the beautiful, that Brahmara, that bee who was wandering and loitering about that lotus when it was blossomed. So, the old age when comes, the life from that body oozes away. That is the meaning here. The Sharira is compared with the lotus, old age is compared with Tushara, and then Chancharika is the life. When it goes away, then this samsara named Sarovara, Avashushkam, it is not at all anymore enchanting or beautiful. It is inevitable. So be ready to accept it. But not that alone is a lot of hours. There is a chance for us. While living in the Sharira itself, we can pursue the truth. All this will be discussed elaborately when the Guru takes over the mic. After Sri Ramaji, after few more sargas, concludes telling them what he was going through in himself through lot of contemplation, having observed the world, especially during his Tirtha Yatra. Okay. Now the fourth shloka. So in this tone only we are given the realities that happen in the world to be prepared so that we have the less miseries. So to our mind through listening to all of that may get tuned to the Adhyatmika Parakashta Sthiti. Right? Yada yada pakamupaiti noonam tada tadeyam ratimatanoti jara bharanalpanava prasuna vijarjara kayalata naranam. So naranam kayalata, the body named lata of the human beings, yada yada pakamupaiti, as it is becoming more and more paripakva through what? Jarabhara, Analpa Navaprasuna, Vijarjara, filled with Jara, old age, Analpa Navaprasuna, there are no more new flowery things that are happening in the body because of the old age, Vijarjara. Therefore, as it is becoming senile day by day, it becomes Ratimatanoti, Tada Tada Iyam. To that extent, this Sharira becomes very pyara, lovable to whom? The Mrityu Devata. Tada tada yam rati matanoti. Just like The fruit when it is pakwa or fruitful, when it become fructified, that parrots etc. they go, they know which is the fruit eatable today. पका हुआ फल देखकर so happy it is. Especially you go to the Amrudwala Bagicha, guava fruits. So beautiful to see. So to only to Yamaraja it gives joy when he sees somebody's body is slowly becoming pakwa, that is becoming old, jarjara, and then all the analpa Navaprasuna, no more new abilities are there in that person to achieve or do. Finally, Vijarjara, it has become senile. जाकर उस फल को तोड़कर खाने का यमराज को आनंद आता है मृत्यु को. Nobody else but Yamaraj only likes that one. And it is inevitable. Pashu, Pakshi, Vruksha, Manushya, even everything in the world, the mountains, the oceans, the rivers, सारे भी एक समय में वो भी बड़े बूढ़े हो जाते हैं. काल में ये सारे ध्वस्त होना ही पड़ता है. राइट नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज तृष्णा नदी सारतर प्रवाह ग्रस्ताखिलानंत पदार्थ जाता तटस्थ संतोष सुवृक्षमूल निकाश दक्षा वहति ह लोके. Little typical Sri Rama's writings in these text Vairagya Prakaranam are with so many examples, making our intellect to think deeply. With the help of those examples, what is the main thought has to be understood, grasped. With which two things, what is the inevitability in the world is understood. Therefore, be careful with your mental preparation as to you should enter into that or protect yourself. So, Trishna Nadi, the river is Trishna in us. Saratara Pravaha, flooding or flowing with terrible speed. Then Grasta, it is eating away. Akhila, Ananta, Padartha Jata. Akhila, all, Ananta, continuously, endlessly, Padartha Jata. That which is born out of Padartha. What is that? Tatastha Santosha Suvruksha Mula. In the banks of that river there is Vruksha. And the name of that Vruksha is Santosha Suvruksha. Mula Nikasha Daksha Vahatiha Loke. That Santosha Rupi Vruksha, which is there at the banks, without sparing ruthlessly, the terribly flowing Trishna named river, along with all the Padartha Jata Santosha, it gets and flooded away. Okay, so Trishna Nadi. So here the Nadi is compared with the Trishna. It means what? The more we have Trishna, then the two things, already existing things also, we don't enjoy them more because Trishna से कारण और भी चाहिए होता है. Some more I want, some more I want. Then another meaning of it is what? Akhila Ananta Padartha Jata means Akhila is everything, Ananta is infinite. What is that infinite, endless Padartha? Paramatma only. That Paramatma is actually the giver of Sukha. So this Trishna Nadi, what it does, doesn't allow us to seek and enjoy this Akhila and Ananta Padartha named as Paramatma. Then that Santosha named Vruksha is taken away by that Trishna Nadi into itself along with the roots. So we are in the, let us say, the river is flowing, we are at the banks. So we should enjoy in the bank of the river of samsara that Akhila Ananta Padartha called as Paramatma. But instead of focusing on that, if we allow the Trishna Nadi in us, what is Trishna Nadi? Same objects we have enjoyed millions of times, again and again we want. In that flooding of Trishna named Nadi, this Santoshaka Mola Rupi, Akila Ananta Padartha jo hai Paramatma, that is being carried away. Means in the gush and flush of trying to fulfill the Trishnas, we never pursue the real Mula of the Sukha called as Akila Ananta Padartha, that is Paramatma. So what is the solution then? Reduce that Trishna Nadi for anything in this world and then attend to Akila Ananta Atma Tattva in our own heart, which is the Sukha Mula. Once the self is recognized, all pervading, all permeating, unborn, undecaying, non becoming old and non dying, we are just in that blissful state. If not, when we flood in the Trishna, temporary things we pursue, and all of them are done through identity with the Dehadi Upadhi, which all are definitely perishable, other than Dukkha, other than Ashanti, other than Bhaya, nothing of the positive comes to us. A very powerful, very good shloka it is. So you can imagine a picture. A nadi is flowing with full flow. Banks of the nadi, there is a river. Slowly that river flowing, has removed that mitti below the tree. And along with the roots, the tree is sucked into and it is gone flown into the river because of this flow of the river. So same way imagine there is the Sukha Vruksha. The Mula of the Sukha Vruksha is Paramatma, who is Akhila Ananta. Then this Trishna Nadi, our desires for the worldliness. In that flow of trying to fulfill the Trishna's desires of the worldliness, this Sukhamula Paramatma Tattva uprooted and flown means it is not allowed to stay in the banks. Means in our life there is never a idea or concept of pursuing the Paramatma. Therefore, Paramatma ही मूल है सुख का, सुख also gone away. And Trishna gives nothing but parishrama and disappointment, dukkha. So this is what generally happens to every ignorant person. You need not be ignorant. By choice, you can be wise or ignorant. It is in our hands. So this is the meaning of Tushna Nadi Saratara Pravaha Grastha Akila Ananta Padartha Jata Tatastha Santosha Suksha Mula Nikasha Daksha Ihaloke Vahati is said. Same way, next one. Sharira Nauscharma Nibandha Baddha Bhavambudhava Lulita Brahmanti Pralodhyate Panchavirindrayakhyaih atho bhavanti makaraih adhira. In this shloka, Sharira is compared with Nauka, the boat. So Sharira Nauhu, the body named boat. We are in that. This boat, Bhava Ambudau, in the ocean of Bhava, Samsara Sagar mein, Alulita, going on, trembling, shaking, Brahmanti, going into different directions. Who? The body named boat. In that we are there. So, Sharira Nauhu, Bhavambudau, Alulita, Brahmanti. And then Pralodyate, that Alulita, Brahmanti is going to the stage of Pralodyate. Pralodyate means slowly getting drowned. And then who is the one, who are the ones who are pulling that boat down or hitting that boat with their power till that boat gets sunk into the ocean is Panchabhi Indriyakyahi Makaraihi. The 5 Indriya named crocodiles are the ones which are hitting this the Sharira named now in that ocean from all the 5 directions. देखते आलुलिता भ्रमंती प्रलोड्यते finally atho bhavanti sir, not atho. So this sharira named boat moving in the samsara samudra, hit by the panchendriya named the makaras. Slowly it started tanadole manadole and it has become so terrible and almost going to drown only. Then what is the way to steer that now our ship to the banks of the ocean safely? Is only one thing, ki charma nibandha baddha. What is that? Charma nibandha baddha means mhm, uh, very typical way of saying it. Charma nibandha baddha means that viveka which is hidden behind the charma. Means what? This charma sharira which is made by this flesh and matter, in our identification with it, followed by living life only for Sharira and Indriyas, something is bound or something is forgotten or given up. That is called as Viveka. So that Viveka is the one which can steer that ship safely without getting sunk. Means what? When we are in the body, not allowing the body to be disturbed by the panchendriyas, when we use our given viveka correctly by not identifying with the body and pursuing the ultimate truth, there without getting sunk into this ocean of samsara, we reach the shores of moksha. See how Bhagavan Rama's poetry and example and the beautiful thought that is conveyed. So, for everyone, inevitably in this samsara life, the Shariram and Nauka will drown, dolte dolte. Because the Viveka named the steerer, the shipman, the boatman, he is not there in it. And not only that, this boat is being hit by various crocodiles of Indriyas from all directions. But the wise man, he has got the Viveka. Therefore, he doesn't allow the body to sink into the ocean. Means body used only to live the samsaric life. And he is powerful enough not allowing this boat body to be attacked by, destroyed by the crocodiles of Indriyas, Mana, Ityadi. Then because of that Viveka Shakti, he is able to take that, means use his presence in the Sharira for achieving the ultimate. Sharira nauhu charma nibandhabadha bhavambudau alulita brahmanti pralodyate panchavir indriyakyaihi adho bhavanti makaraihi adhira. So this Sharira adhira, it cannot withstand by its own self unless we have the Viveka Shakti. So the idea is what? Have that powerful Viveka Shakti. Don't allow the Indriyas to take over, Indriyas and Mana take over our life, that the life is drowned into the ocean. Instead of that, with that powerful Viveka, live life of self-realization, sadhana. I am sadhaka. I am a jiva doing sadhana to reach to my own essential self. From so many lives I am traveling. In the travel, now I am in this Sharira. Sharira will definitely fall one day, but I, the one who is inside it, my presence in this Sharira will be, I will use it only in my identity with my own essential self. So I am the Sakshi of Sharira, I am the Sakshi of Indriyas, I am the Sakshi Chaitanya of Mana Buddhi Ityadi. Then what about all the Sharira, Indriya, Prana, Mana, Buddhi? They are basically from Prakriti Maya. Secondly, given for me Jiva to stay depending on my past Prarabdha. So because of Prarabdha, Sukha Dukkha came so far. Because of Prarabdha, further also they will come. Because of Prarabdha, one day it will perish. But I am somebody other than this. Like the car, and I am the traveler in the car. I am not the car. Same way, Sharira, I am the traveler in the Sharira. See, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi, Shariram Ratamevatu. The Rathi is Atma, the Sharira is Ratha. Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi. Buddhi is the Sarathi. Manaha Prakrahamevacha. The mind is the reins. Indriyani Hayanahu. The horses are the Indriyas. Vishayanteshu Gocharan. And the entire Vishayas in the world are the ones which the Indriyas pursue. So in this, the one Avijnanavan, amanaskah ashuchihi. So yastu avijnanvan bhavati ayuktena manasa sada tasya indriyani avashyani dushtasvaiva saratehe. Yastu vijnanavan bhavati yuktena manasa saha tasya indriyani vashyani sadashvaiva saratehe. यस्तु अविज्ञानवान् भवति अमनस्क सदा शुचिः न स तत्त्वदमाप्नोति संसारं चाधिगच्छति. यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति समनस्कः सदा शुचिः स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति यस्मात् भूयो न जायते. Final thing, विज्ञानसारथिर्यस्तु मनः प्रग्रहवान् नरः सोऽध्वनः पारमाप्नोति तद्विष्णोः परमं पदम्. इंद्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इंद्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः महतः परमव्यक्तम् अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः पुरुषान्न परं किञ्चित् सा काष्ठा सा पराङ्गतिः. यच्चेद्वाग्मनसि प्राज्ञः तद्यच्चेत् ज्ञान आत्मनि ज्ञानमात्मनि महति नियच्छेत् तद्यच्चेत् शान्ते आत्मनि उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरतया दुर्गम वदस्तत् कवयो वदन्ति. I just chanted the third valley of our Katha Upanishad, where very clear picture is given. Body is the chariot, Buddhi is the charioteer, the Jiva, I am the owner of that, traveling in that. Reins are the horse, mind, horses are Indriyas, the Vishyas are the ones in which the Ratha takes us. So in this, Vishayas can be Durvishaya, Sadvishaya, Paramatma. So there, when the Buddhi is Vijnanavan, that it knows the destination Paramatma, then it has got the mind in its control. So the mind senses in control. And thus, that Vijnanavan Buddhi, when he is taking the Shreya Marga Paramatma, he will reach this Jiva into Paramatma Anumati. Tad Vishnuho Paramam Padam. We have to be very clear in this understanding. As many times as possible per day, we have to go on thinking. My essential goal is to reach Paramatma. Right now I am Jivatma. I have my Buddhi, I have my Mana, I have my Indriyas, I have my Sharira, I have the outer world. The Buddhi of mind, if it pursues the objects of the world, then it uses the mind and Indriyas, go towards it, which is a way of a Parama Samsari's way of life. He will only be born and dying, dying and born. But the Purusha is not Mukta. But my Buddhi, if it is studying Shastras, if it is understanding the presence of Paramatma, accepting it, and knowing that Paramatma is recognized in the heart as Sat and Chit, then it becomes introverted. Then in that introverted, a meditational poise, before that the contemplation, one by one, Upadhis like Rama is doing here and analyzing, one by one Upadhi when we analyze, drop it, go here, go inside, go inside, go inside, then in the deep recesses, we see our own self. That is called as Vishnuho Paramam Padam. So I am that eternal Paramatma Tattva. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. And another one, before that, I am Jivatma. I am never ever the Dehatma, I am never never the Samsari Atma. है ना? Throughout the life, Sadhaka Atma Roop mein, if we live, not the Samsari Atma, then this Jiva Atma will not suffer while living in the Sharira nor while leaving the Sharira. लिविंग तो करना ही पड़ेगा जीवात्मा को, इस शरीर को छोड़ दूसरे, उनका जर्नी तो चलता रहता है परमात्मा से एक होने तक. दैट एक होना परमात्मा का, उसी के लिए तैयारी साधना करते रहना throughout our life. What we have done so far, by our own misguidance, our own imaginations, not listening to gurus, not studying shastras, instead of knowing ourselves as Jivatma, first we became Dehatma. And through the Deha, by pursuing only worldly things and beings Artha Kama, we have become Samsari Atma. Little pleasures we might have got, but along with it, how many attachments we develop, how many desires we have increased, and how much of the limitations we have gone through, how much fears now. When the inevitables of the Deha, Jiva has to leave the body when it comes. How many fears? अब पहले से मानो हमारे स्कूल कॉलेजेस में फर्स्ट लेसन है सिखाया, यू आर आत्मा, बट नाउ you have come into this body as Jivatma. Now you have to pursue the Atma as Golu. For that, as a Jivatma in the Sharira, for your Antakarana Shuddhi, these are the outer lives. You have to live life like that too. Never live life for any अर्थ काम. अगर शुरू से सिखाया मानो किसी को कोई भी कभी ये उपाधियों से विद दैट देहात्म बुद्धि विद दैट संसारात्म बुद्धि रहेगा क्या? Will they be bound? Now the education system is like that. You can't change it now. मैं बनूंगा तो पहले शास्त्र पहले पढ़ाऊंगा मैं कंपलसरी करके. Anyway, luckily we have our gurus, our acharyas. Even though in this terrible world of Kali Yuga, we still have the gurus to guide us in this main proper correct vidya. Compared to this, every other vidya is avidya only. That's why nowadays I'm telling more frequently, we have to change the board of all our schools and colleges, saying them to be avidyalayas. Because vidya means which gives moksha, sa vidyaya vimuktaye. But all that are taught in the schools, colleges are only to bind us to this deha, bind us to the worldliness. So that which binds is avidya, because moksha giver is vidya. So how do you call them as vidyalaya when you are teaching avidyalaya, avidya? But luckily we have the vidyalayas, the gurus are teaching. है कि नहीं? मैं कहता हूँ गवर्नमेंट एंड एनजीओस एंड सो मेनी रिटायर्ड पीपल विथ लॉट्स ऑफ eating the pension, they should form the true vidyalayas, ones and tens and hundreds and thousands and lakhs in the nook and corner of the entire country, if possible, the world, where moksha vidya is taught from the age of 55, etc., at least, if not throughout their college days, so that by the time 65, 70, they are established in the mithyatva of the jagat, established in the bhranti of worldly life, established in the binding effect of living life for the worldliness, artha kama, and established in the concept, idea that they are jiva, and established in the pursuit of the real self in themselves. कितना बढ़िया रहता है. Let those days come that there is not even one Hindu or Sanatana Dharmi who doesn't consider himself to be jiva pursuing the Atma Prapti. Everyone should be the Atma Prapti, aiming mumukshus and jignasus while leaving the outer world of dharma and service. And everybody after the age of 60 maximum give the reins to the next generation. They should pursue only the moksha marg. You know, the chaos, confusions because of the worldliness created by the oldies between the age of 60 to 80 is unbearable. If they all are made mumukshus and made to turn towards the truth, providing them like in government school बच्चों को ब्रेकफास्ट नाश्ता देते हैं, इन सारे बुढ़ाओं को भी ब्रेकफास्ट नाश्ता डिनर भी दे दो, but make them mumukshus, then all the impurities they create in the world with their worldliness, that can be avoided. Thoda harshly I spoke, but that is a fact. Same thing said in the sweet form is what? Just once that time comes, give it to the next generation. You pursue the path of ultimate truth. Every day, 1,000 times we say, I am not, Naham Jehosmi, Naham Jehosmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Jagat Mithya. Isn't it? Jagat Mithya, Nahan Dehosmi, Nahan Jehosmi, Aham Brahmasmi. That Brahman alone is the entire universe later on. डेली करते रहने से आदत होता है. बिकॉज डेली वी सेट आई एम द हस्बैंड और आई एम द फादर और आई एम द ब्रदर और आई एम ए मैन और आई एम ऑफिसर और आई एम दिस दैट. ये सारे जो अनरियलिटीज हैं, वी हेल्ड ऑन टू देम सो स्ट्रांगली. Because of that only all our fears, miseries in the world, because they are not permanent, they go away. Nobody taught this knowledge. We have not received when it is taught. Now it is being taught. Let us learn it. अब इसे सीख ले. हम जीव है, शरीर में आए हैं, हमको परमात्मा को पाने का यात्रा करना है. Millions of shariras we have gone through and evolved and came up to this. If this is sufficient, here only get moksha. If not, another will be given to us. Develop that thought of acceptance of inevitabilities joyfully. And use as long as we are in the sharira. That is the meaning of sharira naho ityadi, it is said. Same thing is the next sloka. Earlier it was Trishna was compared with the Nadi. Here Trishna is compared with the Lata Kanana, the forest full of trees. So cute these slokas are. Listen this. Trishna Lata Kanana Charinomi Shaka Shatam Kamamahi Ruheshu Paribramantah Kshapayanti Kalam Mano Mruga no apnuvanti. I tell you one of the sweetest shlokas. भगवान राम जी को प्रणाम करना है for the way he is presenting. But we are not familiar with these texts. Therefore, the presentation appears to be little tough. But with little patience and pause, when we use our brains, the message will be caught by us. So, Trishna Lata Kanana, that forest full of the Trishna. Okay. Charinaha. Living in that only. Ami. All these. Who are they? Manomrugaha. The human beings whose mind is like the monkey. तो मनुष्य वानर के समान अपने मन से ये तृष्णा लता वाले कानन में चारिणः. And what it is doing? Kama mahiruheshu. On the trees of desire, which have got shakha shatam, hundreds of the branches, paribhramantaha, jumping from one branch to the other, kshapayanti kalam. They're just killing away their most precious, valuable time. Manomrugaha, no phalam apnuyanti. Never ever they are getting the phalam. No phalam apnuvanti. Phala they are not getting. And what is the phala? Out of the four purusharthas, the moksha phala. See that picture? Imagine there is a forest. In that forest, there is a tree. In that tree, there is a hundreds of branches. And hundreds of monkeys have gone into that forest, into the tree, onto the tree, jumping from one branch to the other, wasting the entire time and not getting any fruits. A very familiar scene it is, where बहुत ज़्यादा बंदर होते हैं, उस तरह के एरिया में जंगल में हम जाके देखो. Many 20, 30 monkeys will climb one tree only, this bigger one, and they fight with each other, jump from one branch to the other, and just to waste the time, 1 घंटा 2 घंटा, and they won't get even one fruit, क्योंकि उधर फल है ही नहीं उसमें. In the same way, we the human beings, having our mind as a monkey, in this world, because of the Tushna force, enter into the desire named tree and jump from one branch to the other, means running behind one desire to other. What ultimately we do? Kshapayanti kalam. We are killing our precious human life by not pursuing it for Paramatma. Kshapayanti kalam, finally, phalam na apnuvanti. They are getting the Shashwata Ananda, Shashwata Moksha Phala. How wonderful is it? Is it? So, mm, all these desires are different branches of the tree, Kamana tree. So, the tree is one, Kamana is one. But it is for various objects, they are compared with various branches. So, jumping from one branch to another of the monkey is equal to jumping of the mind from one desire to the other. And no desire is given full happiness. Temporary pleasure it might have given, but not the permanent happiness called as moksha. But the most saddest thing is कालम क्षपयंत. हर एक पल हमारा बीत जा रहा है जिंदगी का pursuing the unwanted things. Isn't it? As we are studying all our shastras, every day in the morning class, we are discussing one or the other common sense thought. Of late, last 2 3 days back, what we discussed of taking out 1 hour, 1.5 hour, morning, afternoon, evening, with full commitment, with full guts in us. Study the Upanishads. understand about the Atma Tattva in its nature. Find from the Upanishadic guidance where it is to be found, how it is to be found, what are the preparations to be done. And as much diligent, intelligent, well planned, hard working, therefore successful we were in the worldly pursuits earlier. Just change the pursuit from the worldly to be spiritual and exert as we exerted outside. As we got success but still temporary in the outer world, so too the permanent success of Paramatma Prapti with same diligence and hard work, well planned, when we do, we'll definitely achieve. Isn't it? Why there is nirasata? Why there is non-attentiveness? Why there is slumber and stupor when it comes to spiritual pursuit, which is the highest and giver of moksha? And when we are educated, when we are knowledgeable, when we are wise, when we have the discrimination capacity, why can't we do? Why shouldn't we do? So I should, I will, I can. So this 1 hour of mine is only for Atma pursuit. So I took up this Upanishad. I have taken up this portion. So this shloka I am attending, in that Atma Tattva Vicharana is given. I am studying it. I am getting the understanding of it. I am making the notes. Any doubts? Asking my gurus and acharyas. Now that knowledge I will use on the seat of meditation. So that I am. Other than that, all upadhis I am not. So when I am not, what the way taught to me to reach to that I am told to be the Sakshi. So let me learn to be Sakshi every day to the Upadhis. And the Sakshi Swarupa is Shuddha Sat Chit. So let me be that Satchit Swarup. देखो वो जो ऋषि मुनि लोग गुफा में क्या करते थे, वो लोग ऋषि मुनि नहीं थे. They were also like us, but having understood all this, they entered into gufa, did the same thing. When they reached the ultimate state and came out, they were the rishi muni with the realization of their self. Experienced that in the body they pursue, continue, but then they are no more now have any identity with this. है ना? लाइक एनीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड. कोई गाड़ी है या कोई भी है, तो उसके उसमें हम जी रहे थे, चल मेरा नाम कर नाम से, इट इज माइन. हाउ वाज द लाइफ? बट द कार आर स्कूटर किसी को दान दिया या बेच दिया या तोड़ दिया, तो स्टिल यू आर तो अलाइव ना. आई एम स्टिल देयर. इन द सेम वे all these upadhis are like the vehicles for us. I am somebody other than them. I continue. That continuous I pursuit is spirituality. Those people have done, they have become Rishi Muni. हमको भी ये करना है. So otherwise we are kalam kshapayanti. So Trishna Lata Kananacharinaha Ami Manomrugaha Shakashatam Kama Mahiruheshu Paribhramantaha Kalam kshapayanti Phalam na apnuvanti. So our minds, instead of loitering on the fruitless trees of Kamana, let our minds and intellects loiter in the Upanishad Shakas, in which every branch there are plenty of fruits of guidance for our discovery of the permanent self in us. देखो बंदा अल्टीमेटली चाहता है परमानेंसी and logical also. I got lot of money, lot of friends, everything I got, but I myself am temporary. What is the use of all of them? है कि नहीं? इतना कोई बखा कर somebody came to me and told, स्वामी जी आपको 10 करोड़ रुपए देंगे, चार्टर्ड फ्लाइट देंगे, फिर एवरी 10 बंगला गाड़ी दे देंगे, और बस एक ही बात है, आप 5 मिनट में मर जाओगे. How? If they say, will I have any enchantment with all of them? First, I want longevity and permanency. Then, any meaning to all of them. And as is the jiva in the sharira, I can never be permanent. But as an atma, I am never perishable. I am imperishable. So let us come out of the upadita atmya, reach to Paramatma. Like today, yesterday, day before, last 4 days, in our yoga darshanam, we were studying in the Vibhuti when the chitta is taken out of the sharira, Mahavideha vritti. On that, when we do the Sanyama, isn't it? Then we were told Akasha Gamanam and the other Laghu Tulata Samapatti, all these siddhis were told to us. So that also tells us we can get out of the tadatmya with the sharira, with the upadhi. That much deep in our study and understanding, that much deep in our vairagya for the world, that much deep in our contemplation, meditation, we have to become. And to become that, we have to go on doing it. Doing is the only way. Again, doing is the only way. By not doing, just seated there and brooding, worrying, it will never help us. So from now on, my manabuddhi are only in Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadharamantaha. हजारों सब sentences है हमारे. Nowadays to in our Shvetashtra Upanishad, the kind Bhagavan Adi Shankara from last how many days uh, uh, 89 91 days, today's 90th day exactly, 3 months away, every day so many quotes from Shruti Smriti Purana he was giving about the Paramatma Tattva. If we can meditate on them, है ना, we have to totally change our lifestyle, metamorphosis. पूरे अपने कपड़ा होलिया सारा जीवन विधान को हमें बदलना है. Isn't it? जीवन जीने के लिए जो चाहिए मिनिमम करो. All the शरीर इंद्रिय आदि भोग छोड़ो. And what is said in the Upanishad about Paramatma Tattva? When we pursue it, we are in right track. And there comes confidence, a very subtle confidence that I am pursuing Paramatma in this effort, even if I leave my body without reaching Paramatma, never mind, I'll be given an opportunity to continue it. If this is not done, the very subtle bhaya and dukkha in every jiva is, which is inexplicable, is that अरे मैंने भगवान के लिए परमात्मा के लिए कोशिश की नहीं किया, केवल विषय इंद्रियों के लिए ही मैं भागता गया. ये वाला अनसेड दुख इनसाइड होता है, वो बोला नहीं जाता शब्दों में, बट द जीव इनसाइड फील्स ग्लानि युक्त that I have not pursued. That was the meaning of in Taittiriya, Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, Kimahagam papam akaravam. Why I have not pursued the permanent? Why I have not given up the temporary? Actually, शरीर जब मरने होते हैं ना हमको, our old age, that time, the cause of all the dukkha and fear is these two only. Sin of committing, sin of omitting. The committing of samsara jivana, omitting of spiritual sadhana. Realize it, then pursue it. And then, depending on capacity of ours of intellect, straight away jump into contemplation on the truth. At that highest level, if you are not there, lowest level, कोई नहीं, जप माला ले लो या कुछ भी ऐसे बिना नंबर का भी भगवान का नाम लेते जाना. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Om Sri Matre Namaha. And every time, with every name, tell them that God, Om Namo Narayana, Bhagavan, give me Atma Jnana, Tattva Jnana. Get me out of this Upadhi Tadatmya, Samsara Jivana, Mrityu Bhaya Ityadi. Every time, name you chant and say this. Name you chant, say this. Name you chant, say this. How much these positive asana samskaras will form in us. Day in and day out, we have to do that only so much that we never knew when Bhagavan came and gave us the moksha. If our sadhana is intense, it will happen. If not, we never knew when we became old and left the body and already entered the other one. Already school, college, जाने लगे. जैसे in our stage of ignorance, as it is said, kalam kshapayanti, while involving, indulging in the stupid nonsense, we were not aware of the time and killed the time. Same way, as we mature, the real maturity is we have to spend the time with our non-awareness of time in pursuing the Paramatma. Ki pata hi nahi chala. You know, I always remember that sentence by Puja Gurudev. when we have written a letter to him performing 75 activities on his 75th birthday, list of all. A reply he gave, is it, have I become 75? I never knew that when I started my work, I was 35. That 40 years, then 77 and a half years he was alive in the body. That 40 years, 75, 35, I was 35, 40 years. He was not aware of the Sharira, never aware of the Vishyas of the outer world, nor concerned about the any samsara, nor any bhoga. In his sadhana base first years, discovered the self and throughout the life, how to teach these shastras and the moksha marga, which I got to the entire Jiva Koti. In that only was so busy. He did not allow his upadhis to enter into the dehaditadatmya and worldliness. He just held them on strongly and directed them only for this work. And he says, I never knew when I become 70. And in those 75 activities we did, many were the social service activities, blood donation camps. Then Gurudev wrote in that letter, your list of 75 activities made a good reading. But my youth are not my youth if they don't study Vedanta. If you don't study Vedanta regularly, from your forum or the group, remove my name, he said. So we are all Chinmay Yuva Kendra members. So he says, remove the CH. Without Puja Gurudev, is there any life for us? And for him, without studying the Vedanta, even when we were youth, we are not members of that. Because in the Vedanta Jnana, only there is ultimate moksha. He taught even to youth, not the oldies. Oldies to never listen anything. Youth को ही उन्होंने तब से ही वो train किया. In that way lived life. Even after his own moksha. Should it not be an inspiration for us? Be conscious, be alert. Learn that. कल सुबह मैं 5 को उठूंगा, 5 से 6 ये जब करूंगा, थक जाऊंगा, आधा घंटा सो जाऊंगा, फिर उठूंगा, थोड़ा पूजा करूं, अगेन मैं थक जाऊंगा, देन आई अटेंड माई मॉर्निंग उपनिषद क्लास. तो ऐसे बना के 100% में 30-40% also we succeed, we are great achievers. In this way only, whoever have become greatest personalities, achievers, either in the world or spirituality, started doing in small little quantities. We are doing this only. मॉर्निंग आफ्टरनून इवनिंग थोड़ा थोड़ा शास्त्र पढ़ते हुए शास्त्र पढ़ने का आदत कर रहे हैं. उसके बाद समझने का आदत शुरू करेंगे. उसके बाद वी ट्राई टू कॉन्टेम्पलेट. उसके बाद वी मेडिटेट. इसके बाद बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस एक्सपीरियंस कम्स टू अस. In short, let us not allow our minds to become monkeys to loiter in the jungle of Tushna on the path of the desire from one branch to the other, wasting the time. Oh, phala will not come. The last line is no phalam apnuyanti. Okay. Now the shloka next is so cute. Huh? Bhagavan Rama really makes us think, give us a chance. He says, Kruchreshu durasta vishadamohaha swastheshu notsikta manobhiramaha sudurlavaha samprati sundari bihi anahatantaha karanamahantaha. So, samprati means in the present context of the world, mahantaha, the great, great Mahatmas who have these three great qualities are sudurlabhaha, very difficult to find. Anybody can be that. Samprati vartaha sriyantam. So, the samprati, the mahantaha sudurlabhaha. In the present world, the great Mahatmas having these three qualities are very difficult to find. So you can become one. And what are the three qualities which make Rama to accept them as Mahantaha, the Mahanubhavas, the great people? One, Kruchreshu Durasta Vishada Mohaha. Kruchreshu. When the problems come, the troubles come, the difficulties come, the miseries come, the sorrows come, the failures come, the dejections come, the disappointments come, the diseases come. ये सबको मिलकर कृच्छ्र कहते हैं, कष्ट स्थितियां. So कृच्छ्रेषु, when all these problems of all sorts coming, dura asta vishada mohaha, from whose life the vishada, the dejection, moha, the misery, are dura and asta, far away, and they are set only, not rising. दूर में अस्तमित हो गए हैं जिनके जीवन में विषाद और मोह जब कष्ट आते हैं. कृच्छ्रेषु दूर एंड अस्त विषाद मोह. Who can do that actually? When the one who knows that they are all become prarabdha and they are all to the upadhis and not to me. Opposite of also true. What is that? Swastheshu. Opposite of kruchrata is swasthata. That everything is good. Health is good. Young we are. All successes. All money ours. No difficulties. No failures. Everybody is loving us. Everybody is helping us. सारी चीजें अच्छे हैं. That's called as swastheshu. Na utsikta mana manobirama. Those are not jumping out of the skin, out of ecstasy. हर्षा अमर्ष वयोद्वेगै मुक्तो यः सच मे प्रियः, as is said in Gita in 12th chapter. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः. In the second chapter, in the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas, third or fourth one. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः. We do opposite of it. When the life is youthhood and everything was inconvenient, we jumped out of joy. So all those things go away as we become older. Then that Vishada and Moha. Moha means क्या करूं, मेरे को डर लग रहा है वाला. Vishada means misery, dejection, sadness. So the opposite. जितने भी कृच्छ राज है विषादग्रस्त मोहग्रस्त हम नहीं हो रहे. Arjuna was in the कृच्छ स्थिति. He got into Vishada and Moha. Bhagavan gave the entire Gita Jnanam, he came out of it. Nashto moha smritir labdha tat prasadat maya chuta shitosmi gata sandeha rishi vachanam. So kruchreshu dura asta vishada moha. So to swastheshu na utsikta manobiramaha. Such people are very rare. If they are there, they are mahantaha. जितने भी मुश्किलात कष्ट आए, they are not going through vishada and moha. So too, when that swastheshu, that also belong to the upadhi because of the punya phala. दो बातें हो गए. Third one is what? Sundari bihi anahata antakarnaha. Seeing the beautiful things on the world. Here Sundari bihi, about the women it is said. For the women it is the men. Or in general, any of the beautiful things that are seen, enjoyable things of all the faculties. Anahata antakarna. The one whose antakarna is not hata, not hit by, not influenced by, not agitated by, not disturbed by, not creating kavana, etc. When such things are seen, such are the Mahatmas. They are sudurlabhaha. So one can become that. सुख में भूलो नहीं, झूलो नहीं, दुख में भूलो नहीं. और जब काम्य भोग वस्तु अराउंड है तो अनाहत अंतःकरण, अंतःकरण को उनके द्वारा आहत करने नहीं देना. And who can do it? Who has gone beyond the antakarana and established himself, and who has gone into this knowledge that all those which are looking beautiful, they are all apata ramaniya. This shabda has come in this very text few sargas back and very frequently used phrase in many of the texts. Apata ramaniya means very temporarily, very superficially, for a fraction of moment only, they appear to be ramaniya, giver of the ramanatva or sukha. That is why how much one imagines great bhoga in any of the indulgence, he cannot indulge in it for long time. है ना. सोफा मजेदार है बैठने को, अब बैठ के दिखाओ 6-4 घंटे, नहीं बैठ सकते. सिनेमा अब देखते जाओ 6-6 घंटे. आपात रमणीय इज योर ओन डिलीशियस टेस्टी फूड, है ना. आई लाइक दिस वंडरफुल केक. चलो 1 किलो केक लगा उसके सामने, अब खा के बताओ. 2 पीस खाते ही तेरा चेहरा केक बन जाएगा. दैट्स मीन का आपात रमणीय. Any of the bhoga, your own friends and this and that, you can never enjoy any of the worldly things. You know, कोई भी मिठास मुंह में लगाओ, रहने दो उसी को उधर 1 मिनट, 1 मिनट क्या 5 सेकंड में नहीं रह सकता. You have to gulp it inside. Then only there is relaxation. But the kid of the desire is there. Therefore, one more we take. But even then, after 5, 6, we say no more. And that is the way. अरे दामाद जी 12 ही तो आपने खाए गुलाब जाम, और एक खाओ. वो कहेगा मरूंगा लेकिन नहीं खाऊंगा. भाई खाऊंगा तो मरूंगा. नारायण. Apata Ramaniyata of the worldly things, when we digest it and take our attention to the Paramatma behind the Chitta, then that Chitta or Antakarana is not hit by all these things. Sundari vi Anahata Antakarana, they are the Mahantas. Those are not infatuated by the superficial beauties of the world. Those are not excited beyond the limit and control when things are conducive and happy. Those who have fallen down with frustration and misery when the situations are in sixes and sevens, they are the Mahatmas. Kuchreshu Dura Asta Vishadamohaha Swastheshu na utsikta manobhiramaha, then sudurlabaha samprati sundarivihi anahata antakaranaha mahantaha. So, sudurlabaha mahantaha samprati. They are difficult to find. There's so few are there alone. Isn't it? And I don't have to say, a lot of examples consumes time. Okay, the people, you just tell them I love you. Immediately they get excited. Acha, you love me. Next moment you say I hate you. Oh, they pick a face like that. We also same, na? When the people talk to us and give us the gifts, get excited. And when they don't talk to us or don't respond, reply to us, अब दुखी हो गए. अरे इतना कमजोर मूर्ख आत्मा, you don't have your own goal and pursuit or what? How much slavery and dependence too. One word of the people when they say I love or I hate you. इतने बंदर नाचती है. ए गौरी, ए शंकर, उधर उल्टा करो, पलटी करो, करता है वो. Are we a बंदर or what? That get excited, happy when somebody say I love you and just fall in misery when somebody says I hate you. You understand how we are degraded, even though we are human beings, but like monkeys. तो ये बहुत गौर से सोचने की बात. Through this contemplation only the subtle knowledges come. That's what Rama got it. That's what he's putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 33 sargas. Almost 1.5 times more than whole Bhagavad Gita. Gita has only 18 chapters. इसमें 33 सर्ग है. इसका 15 चैप्टर ज्यादा. Around 12 or 1300 or 1400 slokas. Gita is only 700. वैराग्य षटक प्रकरणम में श्री राम जी का विचार और उससे उनको जो मिला समझदारी. Therefore, he is fully free in the outer world samsara. But what's next? He was doubtful about it. Luckily, Guru came. When Guru listens all this, he finds him to be so fit. He will teach him the Tattva Jnana. That's what it is. Thank you. We'll continue this beautiful sarga tomorrow, which is thought-provoking, which is making your brain's intellects sharp in positive direction, with which great understanding is done, which will redeem us of so many unwanted fears and miseries, etc. है ना. ज्ञान में और भगवान के प्रति प्यार में डर नहीं होता. जो प्यार किया तो डरना क्या. करो भगवान को और आत्मा को प्यार, तो किसी भी चीज का डर नहीं होता हमें, है ना. देर ऑल नोशंस, देर ऑल उपाधित आत्मा के कारण मन में आने वाले वहम वाले भय. And so many things, especially when we become old, the fear of death comes. You tell ourselves, like if I am the age of 70, the fear of death comes. I should tell me what death, Murak. Abhi tak 10 times I changed my whole body. I died many times. I told you the other day, science क्या कहती है? Every cell of the body completely gets changed in 7 years. तो अगर मैं 70 साल का हूं तो 10 बार मैं मर गया ऑलरेडी. I'm not the same body. So too, my fear is with the things and beings. Thousands of the things and beings have come and gone my life. Isn't it? And like this happened in many lives. आगे भी होएगा. This is one type of thinking. Second type of thinking is what? I am the pure self, eternal, immutable. To whom Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu are not there. Third one, right now I am in the ignorance as Jiva, let me identify with myself. And then make that joyful internal yuddham. The ignorance and mind says, Dehosmi. Immediately the intellect and the wisdom should say, shut up, Atmasmi. The mind and emotion say, I am going to die. Intellect and scriptural knowledge should say, shut up, I am the eternal self. You understand? The mind and the ignorance says, I am miserable. Are Murak, मैं तो आनंद स्वरूप हूँ. The mind intellect says, but these people are fighting with me or insulting me. The intellect should say, there is nobody other than me to insult me. But I am limited. The mind says, no, I am Purna Paramatma. ये अंदर का लगातार लड़ाई हमने एक्चुअली अपने औजार तैयार ही नहीं किया because we never studied shastras, we never have the weapons to counter this enemy called mind's projections continuously. Like the Hindus India में हमेशा दबे रहते हैं ये मुस्लिम एंड दी मुस्लिम सपोर्टिंग पार्टीज के कारण हमेशा दबे रहते. They only get reservation. Our temple money is given to them. We are never given any preference in constitution. We are never encouraged. In our own country, अरे बेवकूफ आवाज उठा बेशरम Hindu, get up and claim your own rights. Kick away all the wrong policies and the people. Aggressive bano to every extent required. You are such a glorious Sanatana Dharmi, the mother of all religions. How can you allow you to be suppressed by those Rakshasas? That way, we are suppressed by the mind and emotion and vasana ka a continuous thought flow that you are Sharira, you are old, you are going to die, you are this one, and your husband, your wife doesn't listen to you, you are the father, your children never listen to you, and you never listen to the Guru. you know, that mind को counter करना है. दिस इज द अंतर युद्ध जिसमें जितना हमारा ज्ञान के आयुध होते हैं उतना हम विजय पा सकते. The whole Shastra Adhyana that way makes us equipped. We have to be regular in listening, but listening and telling se nahi hota. I tell you, but if I don't contemplate and get that knowledge and firmly hold it, that information won't help me. I'll all be equally frightened and miserable when the situations come. As a speaker, I am saying. Question is not of somebody speaker or listener. Question is that has that knowledge gone inside us? Have we digested it? Has it become one with us? Is it readily available to us? Making the knowledge readily available and use it is the way to counter all problems. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hi. आज यहाँ रोकेंगे हम. जननी शिव ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम हेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो. ओम नारायण नमो ब्रह्म लोकादेवी. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. योगवाष्ट महारामायण शास्त्र की जय. वाशिष्ठ वाल्मीकि विश्वामित्र आदि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नमः पार्वती मध्य महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद जानकी जय. राम राम. हमें हमें श्री आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक मोक्ष मुक्त मंडल की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृति की जय. आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. Thank you. Right. Let us go to our next Shastra study, Shivananda Lahari. Please come back in 5 minutes.